This is one of the dirtiest houses we have cleaned in a very long time. And while it blows my mind that anybody could let their house get this dirty and then live with it, walking up to it every single day, looking at it every single day and not doing anything about it, just crazy, which makes me think of all the comments I see about how people think that I'm crazy, and it blows their minds how I could quote remotely, especially houses like this. And unlike living like a pig like this lady, and yes, I called her a pig, and I'll tell you why after we talk about quoting and pricing remotely. I'm going to share with you how she tried to screw us over, and then when we sent her the invoice, how I laid the smackdown on her and got paid. Okay, so I completely understand how there is a large segment, although I feel it's getting smaller, of exterior cleaning business owners that think it's pure madness to quote remotely. And I get it. I would have never done this when I was first starting out. And I mean, like the first couple months of owning the business. Now, you're new, you're learning, you're slow, you're not as efficient as you will be. You are working out all the kinks of the wash side of the business. Then you have the back end, the finances, the overhead, the costing models, how much you need to charge to make money, to make a profit, right? And when you're brand new, you just don't know because you don't have a ton of data yet. So it is very important to get out there, to look at these jobs, to walk the properties, to meet the customers and understand their needs. You need to understand their objections, the questions that they have, the pain points they have, because this is all data that you can use to help out a lot of the decisions that you're going to be making in your business, as well as how you're going to interact with customers in the future, because ultimately you're going to hear and see a lot of the same pain points and questions. Now, eventually you're going to start getting jobs. Then you're going to get out there and you're going to wash, you're going to learn, and you're going to get better. You're going to get more efficient, and you're going to get better at understanding how long various jobs are going to take. And all of this is going to help you figure out your pricing, cost, time, profit. It will all come with time. So without that history and that data, it would be more difficult to just start quoting remotely. And with all of that being said, I know there are a lot of guys that do start off quoting this way, and I absolutely love that. So now tell me in the comment section how long you've been in business and if you quote remotely. But like I said, a lot of people think that I couldn't possibly know how much to charge if I don't actually see the property in person, or how I can close jobs without looking the homeowner in the eye, shaking their hand. But I do it every single day. And I will almost never, ever do in-person residential quotes because I think it is a big waste of time, at least for me and the customer. And despite what you might think, most homeowners, they don't want to meet you. They don't need to meet you. They don't need the handshake or to look you in the eyes. They just want a price because their time is as valuable as yours, which brings me to the most important reason why I quote remotely. The faster that I can get a quote to the customer, the more likely I am to get that job. Speed to the lead is not some bullshit that I just made up. It is absolutely positively a real thing. So as you can see, this house is really dirty, but we are able to get it done fast because we know the right chemicals to use, how to mix the chemicals, what ratios are needed for what surfaces for the most effective cleaning. We know how to use the equipment in the most efficient way to get us in and out so it's highly profitable. We know how to protect the property from damage from our detergents. And if you want to learn how to do this, check out How to Wash. There is a link in the comment section below. And do not miss out on the $100 discount. Use promo code WASH and get your ECP certification today. So this house had not been cleaned in 5 years, and it looks like it. This lady needed her house washed. She got on Google, she typed in whatever it was that she typed in, and she found us. Obviously, we rank well. We're up at the top, and she went to the website. She saw that she could get an online quote, clicked the quote form, and was probably a little surprised at what she saw next. This isn't your normal submit a quote form where the customer enters their name, their address, checks a couple boxes, clicks the submit button, and hopes that somebody will get back to her. And that call she gets back is probably the company asking to set up a time to come out and take a look at the property, the scope of work, and then provide the estimate. Not what the customer wants. They want a price. They want it now. They are high intent buyers. And these are the easiest to close, but also the easiest to lose. They are not going to wait around for you. They are going to click the next company below you and they're going to call them. I don't want to lose that customer. I don't want to lose any customer, at least not lose the opportunity to see if they're a good customer for us. But that is another video entirely. And that's why I have an answering service, because I know voicemail isn't as good as a live person. And that's also why we created InstaQuote powered by Quote IQ, which is what this lady found on my website when she clicked the quote form. Immediately, she sees all of the services that we offer, and she has the ability to get quotes on anything that she wants. And this is a great way for customers to upsell themselves because maybe they forgot that they wanted some other stuff done, or they didn't know that we offered certain services. So they select the services that they want to get a price price on. In this case, she selected a house wash. She entered the square footage of the property, and then she is presented with some questions about the property. Of course, this is completely customizable, so you can ask whatever questions you want and however many questions you want to drill down to get the exact price for any service. What the customer doesn't see is that each question has a pricing matrix built behind it, either adding or subtracting, which we never do, to the estimate. So the square foot price of the property has been established, which is what they enter on the quote sheet, and the price that you have entered when setting up your services in Quote IQ. Now, the questions about how many stories it is their front door stained, do they have a separate garage, things that all build on the base price so you can quote accurately every single time. Now you see how dirty the house is. This is one of the reasons why so many people think that I would lose my ass if I quoted this just on a square foot basis, which is why I never quote like that in person, on the phone, or on InstaQuote. One of the questions I ask is, how long has it been since your last wash? This lady was honest, like 99% of the customers are. And with each year the house isn't cleaned, our pricing matrix keeps going up. And she hadn't had her house cleaned in 5 years, and there is a 20% upcharge for that, which more than covers just about anything we might encounter when we show up to clean her pig house. Is it excessive? Maybe, but they don't have to let their house get that dirty, and they also don't have to choose my company. But again, I am here to make money, and we are not going to take any chances to leave money on the table. So she gets the quote instantly, hence the name. She approves the quote, and then she was able to schedule her appointment through Quote IQ. And when we were building and developing this software, I wanted to have everything in one place and not have to worry about tons of different apps or software programs to do what I wanted to get done. Quote IQ is obviously a CRM, but it also has full accounting software built in. It has the inspection forms. It has the email automation follow-up sequences, the nurturing emails, if you will. We also have mass email and text blast. And of course, the crown jewel is InstaQuote and the self-schedule calendar, all in one place. And you can try all of it for $1 for the first month at myquoteiq.com. So yeah, all the software is great, but back to this job and how this lady tried to screw us over. First, you saw the house. It was dirty. She knows this. She sees her house every single day. And for the last few years, she had been looking at this house that was turning green at a pretty rapid rate. I would assume that because it took her this long to get it clean, she was probably encouraged by the HOA to go ahead and get it washed. Now, I know her neighbors were less than happy with how it looked because one of them came up to Mac and thanked him for washing it because they said it was the nastiest house on the street. So we have established already that it was in desperate need of a good washing. Mac, as usual, does a fantastic job. The house looked amazing when he was done. We send the invoice, and then I get a text message from this customer a couple hours later, which said that we did a terrible job. She was unimpressed, and she wasn't going to pay until we came back and finished the job. Now, I was a little confused. Of course, I saw the before and after pictures. I saw the same video that you're watching and thought maybe she got home late. It was dark. She couldn't see, or maybe she was just a Karen. I don't know. Maybe she was drinking a bit. She got a little feisty and she wanted to see if she could get a discount. No clue. Didn't matter because we document every single job with our pre-inspection form, which she received via email after it was completed and before we started working. And like any good business owner, we always take the opportunity to take before and after pictures of jobs that show drastic results like this one. So I just sent over these pics right here and asked her what the problem was. And I also reminded her to go ahead and check her email for the pre-inspection form that had a bunch more of the dirty pictures. And I also offered to send her the video of the job being done if she wanted to see it. Apparently, she didn't want to see the video because the next thing I saw was the notification on my phone that the invoice was paid. So we have seen firsthand the power of remote quoting, how easy it is, how quickly a customer can get a quote, and how we refined it so it is pretty much bulletproof. Now, remote quoting isn't just a time saver, but it's a game changer for closing more jobs and getting the customers what they want faster. No more waiting around for in-person assessments. With Quote IQ and InstaQuote, it's all about speed to the lead. And let's not forget about the real-world challenges of dealing with customers like this lady, trying to get over on us, but thanks to our documentation and our professionalism, she didn't have a chance. So what's the bottom line? Be smart, work hard, and kick ass. Thank you for watching. And if you made it this far, comment mildew in the comment section down below, and we'll see you next time.